So this guy apparently, I believe, is a lawyer or somebody that knows how to do all this kind of, that knows what's going on. Check out this explanation for why Diddy's coming out. And Diddy could have avoided all this and kept being a crazy, weird dude. But this guy makes a lot of sense. I don't know if any of this is true, but I do think it's all plausible and it makes total sense in my brain. So check this out.
Diddy being locked up right now, facing mandatory minimums, the possibility of life in federal prison. Go read the transcript from the bond hearing and listen to what the defense says they believe is the start of the feds looking into P. Diddy. The defense says, my read of it, many months ago, a woman approaches Diddy and says, hey, this is through lawyers, we're going to be releasing a tell-all book about this woman's experience with Diddy over all the years. And it's going to make you look like a monster. And if you don't want that book to get out there, experience with Diddy over all the years. And it's going to make you look like a monster. And if you don't want that book to get out there, you can buy the exclusive rights to it for $30 million.
Okay, so right here, he's about to say that Diddy denies this. So if Diddy would have bought this book right here, these like, this whole like getting sued and stuff doesn't start happening. Like I say, he's going to explain this, but I do find this really crazy that had he just paid the 30 up front, it probably wouldn't have never got out, which blows my mind that people are able to just be like, oh yeah, let me just do that. By the way, that's not a weird thing. Big corporations do this all the time. Apparently, there's like a lot of like, when people come out with new inventions and shit, if let's say like, I don't know, like there's a better type of oil that comes out, right? That's like super cheaper, it's better for the world or whatever. Like a big oil company will come out and they will buy that small company that is making this better, like cooler oil, better for the environment, and they'll just kill that company so they can just keep doing things their way. Granted, I mean, I don't know, it's probably, yeah, whatever, like something like that. There are companies out there that will buy their small competition that could eventually get better, and they'll just kill that competition so they can still keep doing business the same way. It's the same kind of shit here, which I find insane.
And kill this book. Diddy's team says no. Woman comes back with a lawyer. We're going to file a civil lawsuit against you because it's not just stuff that makes for good print. These are civil claims that we can bring and we can win millions of dollars. Diddy's team says, okay, bring the lawsuit. They bring the lawsuit, and within like hours, it's settled for, surprise, surprise, $30 million.
So yeah, so that's pretty crazy there, I think, is that he still ended up paying the $30 because he got sued by one person, and then now everybody else is like, oh, yo, Diddy he paid somebody $30 million for going to one of those freak-off parties? I want my $30 million. So apparently everybody else just starts suing Diddy too.
After those things happened, a line of people came with stories to get their check too. Hey, if she got 30 mil, what can I get off this guy? I was there, I saw this, I heard that. And that then led to a federal investigation. See, people think, oh, somebody's out to get him. He pissed off the wrong person. It's the alcohol company that, nah, you guys got to understand that there's prosecutors out there who want big, sexy cases. Yep. They don't fall out of the sky every day. The chance to go after somebody like P. Diddy and put him away for life is like the greatest case you could ever find if you're a prosecutor. And so when a public filing gets released and you read it and you go, wait a second, that law firm is mad thorough. Wait a second, he settled it for 30 million. Wait a second. If all of this is true, then I could probably get some subpoenas.
I'm not gonna lie, the way this guy's breaking this down is how I look at shit a lot of the times. It's funny because I never want to get into government. I never want to get into anything like that. But I do like following breadcrumbs. If you guys have ever seen any of my videos, you guys know that I usually like, this is connected to this, which is connected to this, and they said this and this. Like, I try to do shit like that. And even, I don't care what side it's on. If you guys saw that Mr. Beast video I did, I called out Mr. Beast and that guy that made the video about him. Because I just like the truth. I just like trying to figure out what makes sense, or not even if it's necessarily the truth, but I'm like, yo, this looks weird because all of this matches up. But, you know, whatever. So I find that it makes so much sense that a prosecutor would see something like this and be like, oh, we could take him down. Like, I've heard a lot of crazy stuff about that guy. Because if you go throughout history, I want to say it's a lot of stuff similar to this is on how all the big guys get taken down. Like, if I'm not mistaken, that's how, like, didn't, like, Al Capone get taken down off taxes or something like that? Because somebody saw, like, oh, he's not paying his taxes, and that's how they took him down. And I think there's a lot of other big people with power that get taken down the same way. I don't keep up with the Epstein stuff, but I don't know if that was also something very similar, or if there was just, like, yeah, I don't remember what happened with the Epstein stuff, but... Same thing. Like, it's always just like everybody starts putting these pieces together. If there's like enough complaints, people start looking into it. And yeah, I just find it really
collect
crazy.
some evidence. I could probably build a case. They start doing it. They raid. A couple months later, they indict. It is very possible that had P. Diddy immediately caught and killed the story by paying the $30 million that he paid eventually anyway, that story never gets public. Nobody ever comes forward, and nobody in the federal government ever bothers to look for the baby oil.
That's a crazy closing line. Crazy closing line. Epic, though. So, yeah. I think that's pretty wild. I believe the hell out of that. Because, like, you can't get... Look, man, people that are high up in government, that are high up in, like, powerful positions... They're not going to give a shit unless it makes waves for them. You know what I mean? And that's the unfortunate thing, because, like, a lot of the crazy stuff is happening at the bottom, and nobody gives a shit what's happening down here. They're like, oh, where's it happening up here? That's what we care about.